My whole thing is right now, look, it looks like Joe Biden's going to win. That's just it.
Thank God.
Trump just did a press conference where he said there's voter fraud and all this stuff. I think Trump should take every legal avenue he can. Mm-hmm. And I think the reason is we've got talk now of what is called Truth and Reconciliation Commissions. And there's a bunch of articles popping up where like people are rejecting it, saying like, okay, fine, bring out the guillotine. This is ridiculous. We're not doing this. And some articles are saying let history judge Trump, and we're just going to move on. Trump still might win. Mm-hmm. We don't know. We might get a call soon, but it's not looking good for Donald Trump. Mm-mm. And there's a lot of people who are concerned about how the vote was tabulated, and we're going to get into all this because we do have an article about how the media reacted to Trump's claims in his press conference about fraud. But I think the big first story is about Steve Bannon. So before we get started, make sure you smash that like button. It really does help. Mash it. Just give it a little tap. And subscribe, hit the notification bell. We do the show Monday through Friday live at 8 p.m. And we're hanging out with Seamus Coughlin.
Seamus of Freedom Tunes. Must you insult me every time?
Yes.
I want to warn you guys. My face is really itchy today. I don't know what it is. It's just really dry. So if you see me scratching a lot, that's it.
It's not the drugs.
Also,
it's not the drugs.
I got 3 water bottles this time. If we want to talk about the voting totals, a very important total was reached. I know how many water bottles I need per episode of Timcast because I went to the fridge twice last time.
He's a drinker, man.
That's right.
Well, there you go. It's confirmed. And also, as you know, I mentioned Drew's here.
What's up, Drew? There he
is.
So
you were just on the ground at all the riots,
I was
right?
in D.C. I think the MPD pretty much has it on lock. I mean, if anywhere is going to be on lock, I feel like it was going to be D.C.
What if everything just calms down? It's like the least likely outcome.
Saying.
Nobody wins, nobody loses. Like the Republicans keep the Senate, they gain in the House, but lose the presidency, and then everyone shrugs at each other and goes home.
Like, well, whatever.
I mean, Antifa definitely doesn't want Joe Biden. They made that very clear. Yep. So they're rioting in Denver, they're rioting in Portland, even in LA. They're organizing all the big, heavy blue states. I think that's what a lot of people are making the mistake is they think that moderately that a vote for Joe Biden is going to make like these radicals go away, but it's just not.
I think it's going to get worse.
Yeah,
I think, and not just the left. I think we might see action from the right. I really do. Mm-hmm. If Donald Trump loses, and we got these videos, and like I'm seeing a bunch of stuff where people are saying there's statistical anomalies that make no sense. Someone put out a graph showing that the Wisconsin voter turnout is 5 standard deviations above the average, which is which they argue is a statistical impossibility. I don't know if that's true. I'm bringing it up to say there are people who are outright saying here's data that suggests I'm right, and there are people who are going to buy into it. Which brings us to the first and opening story. Steve Bannon banned from Twitter after suggesting violence as a warning to federal bureaucrats. The first thing I want to say is I did not watch the Steve Bannon show, The War Room. He got banned from, I guess, Twitter and YouTube. And according to Forbes, they're saying that Steve Bannon was calling for beheading top-ranking intelligence officials as a warning to federal bureaucrats. Now, I gotta be careful because I didn't show me the quote, and I'll believe it, but it may have been a figurative thing. I don't know entirely. All I will say is, if it's really true that Steve Bannon said something like that, that's nuts, man. We don't want any of that. They give us the key facts. Say Bannon suggested firing Fauci and Wray before saying he'd actually like to see their heads on pikes outside the White House. Okay, so that's what is that figurative or is he literal? What do you think?
I think he's probably being figurative, but I don't want to get banned from YouTube, so I'm going to say it's literal, and we should all condemn it. I think that he's probably. It. You could say that like that kind of inflammatory rhetoric is not helpful right now and condemn it. Totally agree. But I would also say that it's pretty clear that Steve Bannon doesn't want to actually go out and behead people. I would bet money on Steve Bannon does not want to behead anybody.
Safe bet.
Yeah.
At least himself.
Yeah, maybe he's calling for other people.
No, I don't know.
It's like when Greta told people to stand up against the wall.
Oh, that's right. Nobody banned her.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. Greta never got banned.
So for those that aren't familiar with that context, Greta Thunberg said that she wanted to put politicians up against the wall, and everyone went, and then it turns out like in Swedish, it just means to like hold someone accountable. It doesn't mean kill them, but it probably is the same root.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, what else does it mean?
I mean, you could literally like hold up a prosthetic bloody head of the president on Twitter and not get banned. But I mean,
retweet it.
That's a
twice.
Really good point.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like you could do that on
Kathy
social
Griffin
media.
just did it.
Kathy Griffin does it like
once a month.
That's crazy. Wait, hold on. That's a really good point right now. Kathy Griffin just posted that photo again.
Yeah, she did.
Of a bloody beheaded Trump.
Nothing.
Well, honestly, I think that makes life unsafe for journalists, if anything. They're the real victims here.
That's true.
For sure, they always are.
They always are.
100%.
This rhetoric is very hurtful to them.
My friends, the Truth and Reconciliation Commissions are going to happen. I don't know exactly what that's supposed to be, but we've had NPR call for it. Robert Reich, high-profile leftist, and like tens of thousands of people were like, "Yes, that's right." And I think it starts with. Honestly, I think it's a bit like, talking big. You know how the left likes to add words to their words to make their words sound smarter than they really are.
Exactly.
Like my lived experience instead of my experience, which literally means the same thing.
Same exact thing.
They say Truth and Reconciliation Commission, and what they really mean is permanently ban you from every platform on the internet and make you go live in the woods in a mud hut.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well,
Which
I don't know about
wouldn't be
re-education.
the worst.
I'm down.
That sounds pretty good.
You ever watch that Ancient Technologies YouTube channel?
No,
where the guy
he just builds huts out of mud in like the woods and makes like
pools
and stuff.
No, you have he makes legit tech. Like he builds like rain traps for like catching water with leaves, and he like literally built a house and then created like a stove, and he could like make clay pots. That's cool.
Yeah, but how are you gonna watch his videos and know how to do that in the woods once they ban your YouTube channel?
You're will make a hand crank generator to charge my phone,
but they won't let you on YouTube. Anytime you try to log in, they'll boot you back off.
I will watch
you've been banned.
Downloaded videos of it.
Who's gonna give them to you, Tim? I'm not sticking my neck out for you. I don't want to get banned.
I got them downloaded already.
Oh,
off the internet. So that's
real quick, to go to that point, I think the hypocrisy is pretty ridiculous, right? Because big tech will always say, we'll ban people, we'll deplatform you because you say something that could put someone's life in danger in the real world. Right. Mm-hmm. But Kathy Griffin can hold up a severed head of the president. That's fake. Right.
Well, that's okay. Because you got to understand privilege and power. And she was a woman. So, she doesn't have power over Trump because Trump's a man. But Steve Bannon is a man. And, he's talking about using his male privilege. So,
and also she was JKing. For sure. 100%.
Yes.
She was just joshing, so it's okay. It's 100% fine. Guys, that's comedy. We're not supposed to take everything everyone says literally all the time.
They said Bannon also suggested the violence against Fauci and Ray could be part of a civil war. So I'd like to see the full context of it.
I'm skeptical now.
Yeah.
I would like to know what he...
I would like to know it too.
Questions and doubts.
Well, Trump was barely going to fire Fauci and Ray if he got reelected.
Right.
He's not. It doesn't look like he's going to be reelected. We don't know for sure. This is also tiring, but I'm looking forward to the Truth and Reconciliation, so I can learn what the real truth is and how Orange Man is bad.
I just want to be reconciled, and I want to know the truth. What's so bad about that?
That's all I want.
Yeah. It's the waiting I can't stand. Reconcile with us already.
Reconcile me already. When it's one side, when it is one side calling for truth and reconciliation, it's going to be good. When they're all on the same team,
true.
It's actually going to be the truth.
I think we are. When I'm watching these videos and I see these violent right-wing extremists showing up to Maricopa County and they're running around smashing windows. I'm sorry. That's Antifa in Portland and Denver.
Oh, yeah, right.
Antifa is just an idea.
When I see these Trump supporters kneeling in prayer in front of the Maricopa County, Board of Elections, I'm not worried at all. When I see the violent rioting, even though they're winning, then I kind of get worried.
Well, there was a reporter earlier.
Yes, that's what I was going to say.
She tweeted and she called them extremists.
She did.
Yes.
Okay.
So Trump supporters.
So now, if you are a Trump supporter in Biden's America, you are now the extremist.
Yep.
Not Antifa, not Black Lives Matter radicals. Trump supporters.
Yeah, so
it's a good thing we've always supported Biden here.
Exactly,
dude, I think the United States is dangerously close to some kind of mass factional unrest. I don't know what you want to call it, but I'll tell you this: the media will not be satiated. Like they're vampires for the Orange Man, right?
Yep.
They've been suckling the teat of Trump for news for the past 4 years, and if Trump is out, they're gonna be like. You ever see the movie Daybreakers?
Oh yeah.
No.
So you've not seen it? Mm-mm. Oh, come on, you guys! It's this movie. It's like Ethan Hawke, and he's a vampire, but everyone's a vampire. And they have humans in farms, but they're eating too many humans, right? And so what happens is when they're blood deprived, they start to mutate into grotesque monsters. The media is going to do that. They are going to be.
Haven't they already?
Even more.
No, but it's going to be like Gollum in the ring.
Oh no!
The Orange Man. Okay, there's a scene.
Got a nice ring to it.
There's a scene in the movie. Listen, where a vampire walks up to like a coffee stand and he goes. They say 20% blood only, and it's the rest is coffee. And he goes, "Put more blood in my coffee." And she's like, "I can't." And then he goes, "Rah!" And he goes nuts and starts attacking her. The media is going to, without Trump, they are going to be desperately looking for anything and anyone to fill that void.
Yeah.
And they're going to be sitting there, like all the journalists are going to be in a room staring at each other, like shaking and sweating. And then one guy's going to go, "Huh? Hachoo," and they go, "Trump supporter," and they're all going to start writing about it. "Oh, he sneezed." Like anything you do, they will go off. And that's why I think like when they're calling Trump supporters extremists, once if Trump loses, he might, we don't know. If he does, then they've said it. Trump supporters are far right extremists.
Yeah.
And anybody who says anybody who probably supported him is going to be called a far right extremist.
Yep.
And they're going to say these extremists were defeated, and it's going to be
which is probably why the GOP is silent right now. Most of them.
Yes, that's right.
Because they're fully aware of that right
they're
now.
afraid. Yeah. They're scared. They won't stand by him.
They're always afraid.
Yeah, they're such chickens. Yeah, exactly. That's why Trump was great, and that's why people voted for him, and so much of the base liked him, because he was actually willing to stand up to the people who have complete contempt for us. Yeah. So the Republican establishment won't.
Yeah. Check this out. Keith Olbermann. He tweeted at 7:15. It is necessary to remove and arrest the president of the United States tonight.
I have a question about this.
Yes.
And maybe you guys can help me with this.
100%.
Isn't his side winning?
Yeah.
What is wrong with him that he thinks we need to arrest the sitting president of the United States tonight?
Also, isn't that a weird thing to say before the election's actually been called?
Yeah.
Like, we need to go in there and arrest
Isn't it a weird thing to say when
at all
they're winning and they have the power, and now they're calling for the arrest of the president, and they're calling his supporters extremists, and they're calling for truth and reconciliation commissions? This is going to be fun.
They want to have a truth and reconciliation with those extremists.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome.
Yeah, it's called the gulag.
Yeah, exactly.
Put them in the work camp.
It's going to be peaceful. It's going to be peaceful.
Peaceful gulag.
Bernie knew he had to do. He bowed to the establishment. He gave them whatever they wanted.
He's a chicken.
I love how Bernie went from like the millionaires and the billionaires to I'm a millionaire and I'm friends with the guy supported by the billionaires.
Yeah, exactly.
Vote for the guy supported by Wall Street and multinational corporations. Excellent work, Bernie Sanders.
Joe Biden is my friend. It's true. I like him. He's a good man.
Remember when Elizabeth Warren just completely lied about him, and he was like still calling her his friend?
And then when he walked up to her at the end of the debate, she
you lied about me, Bernie? I think you lied.
She was trying to just get press attention. What slimy people.
She's like, I believe you called me a liar.
I tell you what the problem is right now, man.
I'm not doing this right now.
You want to know? You want to know what the easiest evidence that Democrats are just basically the low information voters is that they try and get the youth vote, and they're trying to get 16-year-olds to vote.
Exactly.
Quite literally, people who have no idea what's going on.
No, it's totally insane. The Democrat. I mean, we were talking about this yesterday, but if your entire strategy is to get celebrities on television to tell people who would not otherwise vote to vote, maybe you are just trying to harvest low information voters and taking advantage of the fact that we have a very ignorant population in this country. And also with respect to lowering the voting age, I mean, think about it. The voting age, it was 21 originally in the United States. It was lowered to 18 later on. And by the time you were 21, you'd been living on your own and supporting yourself for several years. People were usually on their own by the time they were 16. So you had real world experience before you could ever vote. Nowadays, the voting age is 18, and you're just finishing high school.
You didn't even go to college yet.
And they want to lower it to, well, honestly, if you went to college, you might vote worse because a lot of these kids come out dumber than they went in. But they want to lower the voting age to just 16 on top of that. Completely insane. But there's a reason. It's because they know people who don't know anything vote for them.
That's kind of sad.
Yeah.
Thanks for checking out this clip from the Timcast IRL podcast. We do the show live Monday through Friday at 8 p.m. So come back to check us out when we go live. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the like button, hit the notification bell, and we are also available on all podcast platforms for free if you want to listen to us there. Thanks for hanging out, and we will see you all next time.